there, and welcome to this episode of the Performance Cafe. I'm so glad that you're joining us today again. It's good to have you here. And today we are carrying on with the theme for this month, which is everything we can extract around HR trends for 2022 and what do they actually mean for us. So today is an interesting one. And today is about contingent workforces. Now, the reason why this is such an interesting topic to me is that when I read it, I thought, oh, is that new? So let me tell you a little bit about contingent workforces and a bit of my history. So in 2004, I started working for a company called VentureWeb. And at VentureWeb, we did outsourced marketing services. And as part of that, we would assist companies in finding the right talent to serve a particular project on a part-time basis, i.e., a contingent workforce. And so I didn't realize that this was not something that everyone didn't know to do. So I thought I would share from my vast and grey-haired experience everything I learned about contingent workforces. So what's the deal here? Well, firstly, I love contingent workforces for those very specific projects you have. Now, let's think about it. You may have let's take the marketing example. You may have an event that you want to run. It's your annual event and it's a big splash and there'll be speakers and you need printing and you need people to be invited and you need invites to go out and you need like bouquets for the table and it's an overwhelming amount of stuff to do. Let me tell you, I've not done it. People who've worked for me have done it. My hat is off to them, right? Eventing is project management at its best. So what happens is we're not going to hire someone full-time to do that role. But what we can do is we can hire a contingent worker, someone who comes on a contract basis for a short period of time, fulfills that role, and then simply just rolls off the payroll. Now, where this is really helpful is sometimes, and in some countries, to onboard and offboard people, it's quite a feat. There's quite a lot of legislation. There's labor laws that makes it very expensive. There are, for example, like statutory measures and stuff that need to be taken that actually aren't worth the while for that one event a year. And so what we do is instead of giving it to someone outside the company, we give it to a contingent worker who then over a period of time, if this person gets hired back for that same job every year, actually starts getting that institutional knowledge on how we want to do it and what works best in our environment. So that's the one way to use it, right? That once off. The other time that we like to use contingent workforces is when we have a specific skill that we need. And we need to bring someone into the business. They have that position, but it's not like that event. It's not a short time span. It's maybe a 3 or a 6 month or a 9 month deal. But then what's going to happen is the moment we finish that part of the project in our company, we don't need that role anymore. So it's not worth it to bring someone on full time. So for example, I once upon a very long time ago was brought into a company because I could do psychometry. And what happened was the moment I was brought in as a full-time employee, what happened was within weeks of me joining the company, that deal fell through. And the company was stuck with a psychometrist that they would never need ever again. Luckily for them, I loved HR consulting and happily found my way into that for them. But you can see how it would have been better just to bring on that contingent workforce. I think where I really love seeing contingent workforces, and I know my business really runs that way, is that I bring on a lot of contingent workers to do things in my business. I need a marketing plan. Well, I've got a full-time employee that can help execute it, but I just need someone to build that marketing plan for me. I do not need a marketing strategist 12 months of the year. This video, it's going to be edited by someone called John. And John is my mainstay. He does all of our editing work for us, but he's a contingent worker because he does a whole bunch of other things. And I think this is the important thing because people go, oh, you're just denying these people their right to have a full-time job. Some people, hello millennials, don't think of the world of work the way we do. Look at how they work around, there must be a social purpose for a business. Look at how they work around work-life balance. So for them, it's not the ideal to actually work in the same role, in the same place for the next 20 years and, be forever bound to that. For some people, they enjoy the flexibility. I know that specifically with Shanae, who is our office manager. Shanae actually started off part-time with us and then progressed only into a full-time role, but it's only because it accommodates her studies. So even her full-time role is her way of getting that millennial flexibility of I can do my studies, but I can do this job and I can actually own it and run it and take ownership of it. There are often times where moms have had little ones and they want to start getting back into the into the world of work. However, they might, for certain reasons, not want to jump right in. So they want to start dabbling before baby starts going to school, or they have a babysitter in the morning, but no one to take care of the baby in the afternoon. Then they want to do a job that is only half day. So don't think of a contingent workforce as someone who's not getting what they want. We're very much fulfilling the needs of what they want, but we're doing it in a way that we all get to make the best use of the best resources that are out there. So whether you're a small business, a large business, the important thing is understanding each role in your business and going, do I need someone here for this 24/7 a day? And of course, the lovely thing is with contingent workers, it's by their very nature they work from home, right? So the really interesting thing is that this whole work from home, getting set up, getting used to working from home, having yourself, having a workspace available and knowing how to work on Zoom and Skype and Microsoft Teams, these people have been doing it since 2004. So they've got this. And generally, we think of these people as individuals who we can get on sites like Fiverr, for example. So there are many places that you can find them, but maybe go and take a look there and see, is there someone there that can write a brand strategy, a marketing strategy, someone who can devise your content for you. I know that John does some of that for us as well, some of the content that goes out. He's an excellent writer and I am not. So he takes care of that. I'm not unhappy to be rid of that work and he loves doing it and now he gets paid for it. What is not great about a contingent workforce? So everyone, I hope you've enjoyed this brief snippet on contingent workforces. Please feel free to pop any questions if you've got them in below and I will answer as many as I can. As always, if you're joining us from YouTube, thank you. We appreciate you. Have you remembered to subscribe, like, and of course, click the notification bell so that you know when the next episode is available next week. Also, if you are on LinkedIn or joining us from Facebook, always lovely to have you here. So please like, share, and then pop over to LinkedIn and subscribe. And then I will see you on Friday with our new coffee companion. I've just done the interview. It's fabulous. It's worth coming back for. See you.